midday edition of the workforce on the rhythm of the city, 94.3 WYBC. I am Wanda Coppich. You know Yale University, and us here at WYBC, we have been in the process of saluting our small Black owned businesses right here in New Haven. We've been spotlighting a lot of small Black business owners, and today I have the pleasure of speaking to the man with the great voice. That's what I told him he has, which is Mr. Neville Wisdom. I have to say hi to you. How are you? And thank you for taking the time to be with us today.
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm doing great. We're transitioning, so it's been busy. It's been hectic, but it's a good hectic.
Okay. Well, we'll get into that transition because you were at a location, you're moving to 27 Broadway. He is the owner of Neville Wisdom's Fashion Design. So you were on Chapel Street first, correct?
Yes.
And now you're
I
moving.
was yes, I was well, I have Chapel Street and I have my main location which was 903 Whaley Avenue.
Okay.
That's been our um, headquarters for the last 6 years. And so that was the place where we made all of our products.
Okay.
It was it was a combined studio, my work studio, and also on in the basement I had a studio that we made all the clothing and all our products, and then on top of that I had a showroom where you would buy
Okay.
products. So and then on Chapel Street it was just a showroom with a. I always have a couple of sewing machines around because I'm always, um, if I'm inspired by something, I like to be able to have some kind of tools to work. So, but now we're moving, sort of like going back to the original structure of how we started on Orange Street, where we had a showroom in the front and you could see us working in the back. And so now we are moving to 27 Broadway, where we'll be able to do that.
So,
So we'll combine the space. So when you walk into the space, not only will you see the showroom, but you will see like a large portion of my design studio that we actually work in.
okay, so from that you just gave us, again, I'm speaking to Neville Wisdom. He is the owner of Neville Wisdom's Fashion Design, currently in transition to 27 Broadway. With what everything you just gave me, I have a lot of questions. One, so this would make you a fashion designer. You design and sew all of your products, correct?
Yes, we are a made in America company for sure. We I design all of the clothes that we sell.
Okay.
All the products that we sell are made here. Um, I designed, and then we have a couple of staff members who help us to put things together, put the pieces together, or make things. We have a wide range of younger people, fashion designers, um, or people who have been in the industry for a very, very, very long time, doing all kinds of stuff. So we have a section that deals with alteration. We call it customizing.
Okay.
um, so you can bring something in and have it, and we can take care of it for you as well. And then if you want to get something made, if you have an idea of something, we can also make that for you. And if you come into the shop and find something that you like, you can just buy it right off the shelf,
Okay.
or you will be able to look at our fabric selection and order what you see that you like in a different color that's available within the store, and then we'll have it made for you um, in that new fabric with no additional costs to you
Nice.
once we have the fabric. If we have to source the fabric, it changes the price a lot because then we have to charge a sourcing fee for that item. But yeah, that's just a little bit of, we cover pretty much every aspect of making our products right on base.
I like the original pieces. That means that you won't be caught out wearing the same clothes that someone else is wearing. That's a kicker for women. We want to be original.
So I have I didn't do it this year because a lot of things didn't happen this year,
Yeah.
but I have. That's what really started me in designing was the idea to have something that no one else had. To be that kind of like unique person who stepped out and would never see somebody show up in the same outfit. Right.
Absolutely.
And also the idea of being able to be able to make what I wanted. So that's still transition into what we do here. Of course, we as a company we have sometimes we do multiples, but it's never really like multiples of the same exact thing
Okay.
because it changes in sizes, and sometimes we don't have a lot of fabric to repeat something. So it's very limited. It's very limited collections. A lot of times just five. I don't know if I can honestly say that I've ever made 10 of the exact same things in my entire
That's
uh,
really good.
career. And then I do 100-day design that typically runs for one time of the year, where for 100 days I make one, a single design, and then it's just sold as that single design. It's not re- repeated.
And you do have right now. You said you're taking orders by phone. You're also taking orders off of the website nevillewisdom.com. We have it on the bottom of the screen here. We're also filming this. And when you get the 27 Broadway location set up, and I walk into the store, what type of pieces am I going to see? What products do you have available for both men and women?
Well, for we've been transitioning for quite some time now because of the changes of what individuals need as opposed to when we started out. When I started out, we had a lot more formal clothing that were specific to just formal. But over the years, I've been designing something that can be semi-formal. But when you break up the pieces, um, it it's a top and a skirt that
Okay.
you can put a T-shirt with and still get like use of clothes. It is important for me also as a designer for people to wear the clothes that they actually buy from me and not to just like take it
Throw it
and
in the closet.
put it
And
on
leave
one.
it there.
That makes no sense to me whatsoever.
Right.
But I understand that there are occasions that you will have to find um, buy stuff that you can't wear every day. Not me though. I wear anything, anytime, any day. That's just how I roll. But you will find a bit of a casual feel, some semi-formal, and something nice for work. Just everyday, ready to wear clothes that you can mix and match and um, feel very comfortable. All of
Nice.
my clothing are comfortable.
That's
Uh,
key.
if it's not comfortable, I won't make it.
Mr. Neville, how did you get started as a fashion designer? What's your background?
I'm from Jamaica. If you haven't heard it in the accent,
I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that.
I'm from Jamaica, and my mother was the one who kind of like got me a little bit interested in making clothes because she sewed for our family for most of our childhood, and because we had a big family, a family of 9, 11, but two of my brothers passed before I became one of the children. And so we have a huge family. So my mother was a stay-at-home mom, and she sewed for pretty much all of us. But as a boy, back then, it was very unusual to want to be anything other than a tailor.
Mhm.
Uh, but I didn't want to limit myself to just being able to make pants and men's suits,
Right.
especially because I didn't find men's suits to be all that like you know uh, exciting. I thought women clothes had a bigger range. Uh,
Absolutely.
they could take a little bit more risk and chances and stuff like that.
We do. We love
Yeah.
that.
So I had her. started teaching me a little stuff here and there, and then I just picked up things along the way. Taught myself a lot. Um,
Did you use any of your siblings as your first models
oh, my sister, who is a few years younger than I am. She had a lot of little cute friends too and stuff like that. So we would we'd do play fashion show and dress up and stuff like that. When I was like, I'd say probably around 17, 16, somewhere around there. Yeah. So I was always into clothes. I was actually looking at some family pictures that my sister posted on our group chat, because we have a very lively group chat where we all talk to each other, all nine of us, um, um, pretty often. And in every picture, it was obvious. Like now I can see why I am a fashion designer. 'Cause I was always dressed to the T. I was on a three-piece suit, with my
sharp, you sharp, you're sharp.
in my pocket, lean to one side. It was just never anything just normal about it. But yeah, so that got me interested in it. I also wanted to be a chef, or an interior designer, or a soccer player. I mean, the list goes on, and
Wow.
art in general. Um, but fashion took precedent over it, and then I went to my sister found out that I really liked it, so she uh, did some research, and they would found a place in Kingston that I could get a little bit more introduction to becoming a fashion designer. To
Like a school.
Yeah, it wasn't really fashion designing. It was more like a school that was at the time was promoting um, manufacturing, because around that time, Jamaica was still doing a lot of manufacturing. I think they were producing Ralph Lauren stuff all the time,
Okay.
uh, in an area of Kingston called Free Zone that was most was all manufacturing, and so they had sort of like a subsidiary of that um, manufacturing organization, and then they created a school base part of it that was funded through by the government to motivate individuals to come and learn so that they could transition into the factory, so that they could keep the the, 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 the manufacturing alive. It Freetown still exists, but as far as manufacturing goes, they were priced out.
When did
And
you move here to the States? When did you move here?
I moved here in the end of 1999,
Okay.
just before the year 2000.
And why New Haven? We're saluting small Black owned businesses right here in our city of New Haven. Why New Haven for you?
New Haven was more of an sort of like, I wouldn't say that an accident, but it was definitely not thought out.
Okay.
I had no knowledge of coming to a place named New Haven. I mean, the only thing I knew about New Haven, and I didn't even really associate it with New Haven. I just associated Yale,
Yes.
the area where Yale was. And but I came to visit my sister, who lives here. She still lives in Connecticut, and she works at the hospital.
Okay.
Yeah, and Ina Williams. I don't think a lot of people know that that's my sister, but
Well, they know now.
the Ina Williams,
Shout out your
a
sister.
lot, probably a lot of people do. They think we have this conversation all the time because she's very popular too. She's the nursing director for Yale New Haven Hospital. So I hope I didn't mess that up, sis. But um, uh, so I came to visit her, and we were talking, and I was like, I'm trying to, like, a brother and sister. talk, and your younger brother who's around, and you want to try to help him out. So she was like, "Look, if you stay around, I'll give you shelter for a year, and after that, you step out into the world." And
Let it fly. Absolutely. If you're just tuning in, this is Neville Wisdom. He's the owner of Neville Wisdom's Fashion Design. We're saluting small Black owned businesses right here in our city of New Haven, YBC and Yale University. Neville, it has been a pleasure talking to you and speaking with you. I want to see your pieces. And as I mentioned before, you have nevillewisdom.com, transitioning to 27 Broadway, but you are still officially open. You are open and taking appointments. You are accepting designs, or if people want to see you for any event, they can just contact you because you can still get it done right now, right?
yeah, we haven't. We sell masks online a lot, and some of our customers are in the area, so
Okay.
we have a pickup option where they can pick it up into the store. And so once they contact us, we can sort of like work out a schedule for where we are to meet them, because it's just this it's packaged ready to go. But most of the stuff that we're doing now is just being shipped out. We definitely are open. We can still consult with someone if they have some idea of something that they're going to want in the future. But for right now, we are not uh, producing anything at this particular moment, because we are in the process of moving
Okay.
all of our equipment, everything. So it's kind of chaotic right now, but it's good chaotic, because once we're done, this will be like an open kitchen concept where you actually see us in action.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah.
Where you can reach them at 203-891-6691. And that's Neville, Neville, wisdom.com. If you want to go online. Thank you so much for your time today and for speaking with us. And as we say, I salute you for being brave enough to start your own business. And you're very talented. And as I mentioned before, the voice is very smooth.
Maybe I'll have a chance in the radio
Yeah, you
field.
want to take my job.
Ah, no, your
Mid
job.
edition of the workforce. I am Wanda Coppage. You got to keep it locked in. More great music is on the way. This was Neville Wisdom with Neville Wisdom's Fashion Design, saluting small Black owned businesses right here in the great city of New Haven. Keep it locked.
Thank you. Thank you.